thing is, the reason why I would tell them not to follow me is because I'm a big believer in being the first of things. So find something, don't be different just to be different or put it on your resume, but go into these little niches and find something specific that you want and go for that. Don't just follow it because it looks good for me, because our blessings, they work out in different ways. So I would tell people, if you don't see any representation for it, be that representation, and don't let the absence of somebody that look like you kind of stray you away from your calling. So yeah, don't follow me and be a trailblazer in your own sense. Define that, because I'm of course I love claiming that I am a leader, but we can't all, just be doing the same thing. But if it is for you, then do that. But find your own way and you won't regret that.
I think I would tell people who are coming after me, especially to Cape Town, like, do everything. Just live, breathe, like, just live and breathe this experience because it is once in a lifetime. And I think that especially like in Cape Town, I just felt like there were just so many amazing opportunities to just do stuff that you could just never do at home. Like, when's the next time I'm going to be able to go on a safari? Like, probably not for a long time, like, if ever again in my life. And I think for so many Black students, particularly like predominantly white institutions, there's like a lot of feelings of just like kind of being put into a box or like not being really able to do a lot of different sorts of experiences. But I think when you're abroad, you should absolutely take advantage of every single thing that comes your way. I remember some of the kids in my group, like we'd like be going on like a free trip or something, like to explore like a museum or like the South African winelands. They'd be like, I just don't feel like going. Like, do not get into that mindset. Like, experience everything, live everything, meet so many different kinds of people. Just allow yourself to just take everything in and just sort of live the experience. That's all I can really say. Like, I think that's the only advice I would really have. It's just to be bold and be daring, like Tamara was saying earlier, like just to be yourself and just to do everything. I think that's all I would have to say.
Excellent. That was very rich again. So for me, I'll go with, I had to write this down because I didn't want to forget any of these things to pass on to the other students is you miss 100% of the opportunities you don't seek, and all it takes is one opportunity to change the trajectory of your life. Be open-minded when you go abroad. Something specifically that came up when I studied abroad in Cape Town, South Africa, was a cultural difference in their approach to education. And so just be open-minded, overcome the fear of missing out, and do a service learning initiative. So I did that also while I was in Cape Town, South Africa. That component of study abroad in and of itself is already transformative, but that service learning initiative, it just adds the icing on the cake. You get fully immersed into the experience, you get fully immersed into the local community, their experiences, you become, a learner of the experience, a learner of their issues, a learner of not even maybe their issues, but their wins. It's not all just related to that. Do you want to make that point as well? So those are some of the things that I would just pass along to those who are interested or applying, is to get over that hump and do it. And I promise you, it's the best thing that you would ever do whilst completing your undergraduate degree. And I know I'm biased, but I'm a firm believer that that's the best thing you can do in your late teens, early 20s, is to live in another country internationally.
Um, oh,
Kojo look like he want to say something to the people. So
so I can jump in. I was going to say, don't put anyone in a box, and that includes yourself. So leave room for possibility in terms of all of the discoveries that are kind of ahead of you. The way that I conceptualize of it is that the best version of yourself is the version that you create. It's not the version that people tell you you are. It's not where you've been before. It's all the things that you're creating right now. And so as much as you can, pursue the threads of curiosity, like your own curiosity. The thing that makes one person curious is not going to be the same thing that makes you curious. But if you pursue the things that are interesting to you, you will find the best version of yourself that's out there, and you will create that version. I've had so many like career changes in my life, but it's all been about pursuing the curiosity. And I would say the hardest part, it sounds easy, the hardest part is overcoming the fear of the unknown, the fear of what if I try this and I fail at it? And in a weird way, I think as you actually get older, that fear can become louder, because you're like, oh, I'm supposed to have reached this point in my life by this, or that point in my life. But having lost people to depression, who were feeling like they hadn't achieved all the things that they should have by a certain point in their lives, I will say it's we have to fight that. You get one life and you want to make the most of it, and so don't let other people lead it for you. So don't put yourself in a box, pursue your curiosity, and create the best version of yourself that you want to create.
And if I can add something as well too, I feel like this may be cliche, but I've found myself telling myself this more recently, that it's okay not to be okay also. And I say that because sometimes I know myself, and when I'm going after whatever experience it may be, sometimes I'm so excited, and sometimes my expectations are out of the or on top of the roof, beyond the roof, that maybe when I do that, or when I am walking in that very thing that I was so excited about, and it's not up to the expectations that I had, all of a sudden the whole thing is bad. And I've had many people that I've spoken to who have traveled abroad, not just in South Africa, but after me, who had said, okay, I didn't like this place, or I didn't like this experience. I didn't like this or that. And I'm always sharing that, yeah, I didn't 100% enjoy the laboratory that I worked in, but again, it helped me to see that this is not a field that I'm meant to be in, and that's okay. But that didn't make like the whole experience bad. So it's okay to be comfortable, because uncomfortable, sorry, because it really is where we experience the most growth. And just don't think, and kind of what Kojo said, a lot of times we have a pressure on ourselves to be at a certain place for things to go well. Calm down. It's okay. Like, everything won't always go fine, and it's okay. It's okay for things to not be okay. But just to go in, I think Christian or Tamara said, be open-minded to change.